STU. This is episode 9, and today we got the 286s MicPreamp and processor from DBX by Harmin. I'm going to do this in a two-part series. Part 1, I'll test out the preamp with my AKG Perception 200 just to go over all of the features and show you how everything works after the unboxing. Part 2, we'll use the TLM49 from Neumann and the SM7B from Shure. And I want to know what sounds better, taking these microphones and going directly into my audio interface, which is the Scarlett 2i2 from Focusrite, or using the 286s and then going into my Scarlett 2i2. Alright? So again, today we got the 286s MicPreamp and processor from DBX by Harmin. This is part 1, the unboxing and features. Let's get started. Alright everybody, we back. We got the 286s unboxed. There's not a lot of parts that come with it, but I want to go over everything because there's a couple cords that you'll need if you want to hook this up to your audio interface. Alright, so let me go over everything now. Let's get started. So right now, these are for the rack, just in case you have a rack mount. Alright, put it out the way. Have your manual. Alright. Power cable. Alright. And then the 286s. Alright. Now, a few things. Go over really quick. The connectivity. So in the back you have the output, then you have your insert, line input, mic input. That's where your power goes over here. Now what I wanted to talk about was the two different types of cables that you may use to hook this up to your audio interface. You can go with a regular 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch balanced cable, and what you'll do is you'll hook your microphone in here, your balanced 1/4 inch here, and then the other end will go into your audio interface. Input, line input. You don't have to use phantom power because the preamp supplies the phantom power. You can use what I use though. I picked up a 1/4 inch going into a XLR, male XLR, balanced 1/4 inch going into a male XLR. So this is how I'll connect mine, and it'll be the same way, except I'll go into the XLR connection of my audio interface. It'll be the same thing. I'll go into my output and then go directly into the input of my audio interface, and my mic goes here. Alright, so what I want to do is hook everything up, and I want to test everything out on my mic. We're going to use the AKG Perception 200. Let's get started. Alright everybody, we back. We're going to go over the features of the 286s MicPreamp and processor. The first section is the preamp section. Now in the preamp section we have our input trim, or our line in, the LED level indicator here, the phantom power, and high pass filter. This high pass filter has a roll off of 80. This is good for rooms that are booming or any rumble that you may get if you have your mic hooked up to a table or anything like that. Phantom power has to be activated for all condenser microphones. Make sure that you have this activated. I'm using a Perception 200 by AKG, so I'm going to need phantom power. And now we're going to get our line level in. Let's just go halfway just to show you, and then the LEDs will let us know how much of the level we have. Testing, testing, testing. So far so good. Alright, we're going to move on to the compressor. To activate the compressor, you must have the process bypass switch off. This will allow you to use all of the features of the 286s MicPreamp and processor. Alright, the compressor is set up into two knobs. We have the drive and the density. Think of the drive as the threshold and think of the density as the release. Alright, so if you have your LED, you can look at your LED section here. You'll be able to tell when you're hitting the threshold of your vocal because you'll get an indicator right here. Testing, 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 testing. There we go. Alright, so we know now that we're hitting our vocal right there. We can come down some. We'll come down about 3. And then this is our release. Alright, really simple tool. It's good to just even out the vocal sound before going into your DAW, you know, and then you can get more critical with the plug-in if you want to, but I think this is a really nice tool right here to even things out before starting. Alright, let's turn it back down. Next is our de-esser. The de-esser tames sibilants and vocal sounds, and vocal recordings rather. So you'll pick your frequency. Usually sibilant starts at about 7,000 to 8,000, and then you can pick the threshold on how much of the de-esser, how much the de-esser you want it to work on the sibilants. And you'll see right here we have an indicator here letting us know anytime we're making those sibilants type of noises. Alright, and then you'll be able to find it your particular frequency. You know, all of us are not the same, so 7,000 is just a good place to start, and then you may have to go to the left or right. Alright, really nice though. Next is our enhancer. The enhancer is basically a shelving EQ. It attenuates the low end with the LF detail, and then the high end with the HF detail. Low frequency detail, high frequency detail. Now I don't want to say shelving. I'm not sure if it is a shelving EQ, but what I do know is you add a little bit of warmth to your vocal sound if you use the LF detail, and then the HF detail obviously gives you a little presence to your vocal. Alright, then moving on, we have the expander gate, and for all of us that used to use noise gates, this is pretty much just a noise gate. When your performer is silent, it'll take the audio and completely silence it. And this is a little tricky. You have to be careful. You don't want your vocal sound to sound unnatural. So play with your settings until you get a really nice natural roll off with your vocals. I don't like my noise gate to activate and make the vocals cut off abruptly. So play with your settings and make sure that you don't have anything sounding unnatural. Honestly, I barely use noise gates. Alright, next is our output, and the output is important when you're using all of the features of the 286s. This section right here, the output, will take that entire signal and send it out into your audio interface and then into your DAW. Alright, let's do it. Let's turn that one down. Now we're going to switch over to the audio, audio from the microphone, and hear how everything sounds and hear the difference. Alright, let's do it. Testing, 1, 2, testing, testing. Alright, let's start going over the features of the 286s mic preamp and processor. All right, let's get started. We have our LED indicator, and you'll see that it's letting me know that I am in the green. I'm getting a good signal going into my DAW. We have our phantom power and our high-pass filter pressed in. We also are going to press our process bypass because we want to start using what's next? The compressor. All right, the compressor is set up with the drive and the density. Right now, the drive acts as makeup gain as well. So if you notice, as I'm giving it more drive, I'm adding signal as well. And we can even things out with the release, which is the density. Testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, testing. I would use this just to even out my vocal sound. I would probably go more critical with a compressor in Pro Tools, but this is a good tool to start out with just to even things out. Let's move on to the de-esser. The de-esser is going to tame those sibilances. Let's start at 7,000. And you don't want it to sound unnatural, but just to show you how things work, if you have anyone that has a lot of sibilance in their voice or you just want to tame those S's, this is a really good tool to use. Let's back up off of it just a little bit though. All right. Next, we're going to go to our enhancer. The enhancer is an EQ. Just to give a quick test on how, just show you how it sounds. We add a little warmth to the voice. 1, 2, 1, 2, a little warmth. And then we can add some presence. 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. Really nice tool to even out any muddy vocals or anyone that needs, you need to add a little brightness or anything like that, or if you need to add warmth. And last, the expander. Well, not last, but the last feature right here, the expander. And the expander gate basically is the noise gate. Set our levels. Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing. 1, 2, testing. Testing, 1, 2. 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 There we go. Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. This is good for rooms that are airy, vent noises, things like that, and you need that silent background when no one is talking. Okay? And then last but not the the last feature here is your output. And this is going to take the entire signal and bring it out to your DAW. Don't want to clip though. See? And take your entire signal out of there. All right? So look, man, we're going to go into another video pretty soon, probably tomorrow or the following day on part 2, and I'm going to have my SM7B from Shure and my TLM49 from Neumann. I'm going to test the DBX out, the 286s out, and see how everything sounds with this, and then going straight into my the audio interface. I really want to see how things sound. I'm so glad you all stayed with me. This is VCITY1153. We at the STU. This is part 1 of the 286s mic preamp and processor from DBX by Harmin. And I'm out of here.